Okay, so adding in another cool element onto a new MIDI track, insert MIDI track, select Massive again, drag it on there, open the browser and look for Massive S. Bring down the gain. Yep, just a square wave. Let's go in here. So we are looking for those higher frequencies. We want to use that sound one time in the track after a nice drop. And it's actually going to be played in the first bar after the drop at position 4. So here it's going to be like 4 notes playing from the top down. So I'm inserting a new MIDI clip. Well, actually we're playing 5 notes. So let's do it like this and consolidate it and call it up, down or something. And also name it up, down here. And go in there. And go to C4, C5 to that octave and start at A sharp. And we are playing faster. So what are we playing? 16th notes. Copy that one. Actually put on the preview. Select all of these guys, shorten them a little bit to make sure we don't have overlaps. And that one should just be twice as long. Okay, and now let's introduce overdrive here. So let's go to the audio effects, select overdrive and overdrive. And let's play around with that. Reducing this in the gain. Dry wet up. Dynamics up. And frequency covers maybe something like this. A bit more tone. Okay, nice. And an EQH. Cut some lows here. Until 930. And put on a delay, so we have it left and right. Simple delay, left and right. Feedback up, drive it down. And 4 to 6. So it just goes on with every kick and beat. And of course we need a sidechain, so we are stealing from the other arpeggio again. Putting that on here as well. Ratio down to 3. Let's actually pan that a bit to the right. Okay, So another element we want to add in here, a tiny little element, is it's actually a copy of the second chord stab. Let's drag that below this arpeggio here. So I'm sort of duplicating this guy. I'm putting it down here. I'll just call it pipe FX. What we are going to do on this one is play a different MIDI pattern. So I'm deleting that one. Okay, so this pipe sound is set up, and let's go back to the core samples folder and select pipe MIDI. It's a bit of a complex MIDI pattern. No time signature import. And if we go in there, we see those little, off-grid positions I drew in here for this purpose. And it's a bit tough to do that on a video tutorial because you see it's all a bit off-grid. I just made that to taste. Bring it down. So we have those interesting effects in the background, and let's go to audio effects and select an auto pan effect and place it onto this channel. Amount up, so we have it panning from left to right and right to left. Rate down to something like, so we have 4 circles. And let's bring this delay down a little bit in the sense here. And also take down this EQ slightly. And be sure we don't do too much here, maybe with this auto filter as well. Right, we wouldn't play this one here. Always play stuff at a time. Makes it so much more interesting, this little effect, and we are probably going to turn it down even further and of course play it in some other position. But we are setting up all those instruments here, so there we go. So we have this copied pipe sound now. We have an auto pan inside. We have a little bit of different EQing and filtering going on, and well, yeah, we have this MIDI. And let's move on to the next element.